Hey guys, first Regardsman here, and I'll be talking about a Power Sword build for the Bulwark class in Space Marine 2 Patch 13. Now, this one will be using the newly buffed Power Sword and the brand new Heroic Plasma Pistol. Now, all the Power Swords in Patch 13 got a slight speed increase, so the block variant here, this one is really good right now. I was actually very surprised how well this one performed, and there's also a full Power Sword guide on my channel if you're curious about like how to use the intricacies of this weapon. But for now, we're going to go over the perk tree and also just why I think this weapon is pretty good for this build especially. Now, for the perk tree here, I do start off with Armored Strength first. If you have armor remaining, melee damage increases by 10%. Then I move here into the perk Master of Offense, Perpetual Strength, and Perpetual Strength, and you pretty much go all the way down the bottom line because, first of all, Cutting Edge is pretty much a mandatory perk on the Power Sword on any variant, in my opinion. This one says Power Rake deals 50% more melee damage. Power Rake is one of the strongest attacks on this weapon, and also you have a faster Power Sword now, so more Power Rakes for more damage is better than ever, and you pretty much always want this because on this build especially, Power Rake will be your anti-air in a lot of cases against the Light and Zangors and stuff like that, and without a heavy hitting Power Rake, you're going to have a lot of trouble, so definitely pick this perk up. Now, for the perk over here, we do take Tranquility, moving here into the perk Melee Onslaught, Hard Target, and then for the final perks, we do take Extremis Slayer, Majora Slayer, and Terminus Slayer for like a catch-all damage increase, and then I take the perk here, Power Restoration. Power style attacks restore 100% more contested health. And this just doubles the CHP recovery of your power style attacks, and power style is really good for Minoru slaying. Any attack in power style will set up a gun strike on any Minoru in the game except for the shielded Zangors, and because of that, being able to set up gun strikes and double your CHP recovery for chip damage from other Minoru is really useful in my opinion. And speed style, this one's not remotely as useful for like CHP recovery, and that's pretty much all there is for the block power sword here. Now, for the secondary, this is the new Heroic Plasma Pistol that has the heroic perk effect down here called Overcharged Plasma Coils. Only fires charge shots of increased damage, but charge time is longer, so you are losing out on your light shots entirely. It is pretty much the opposite of the Heroic Heavy Plasma on the Heavy class, and I'll say this weapon puts out a truly staggering amount of damage. It is insane how much damage you can do with a single shot, but that being said, this weapon can also only fire a single shot before it overheats, and this one also functions a bit differently from like the rate of fire and standard relic tier options, in that your plasma shot here, it functions far more like a heavy plasma shot where there is like an arc and it's more like an artillery piece than like a straight shot, so just keep that in mind. Now, you will one-shot enemies like Majoras with this weapon in clumps. It does have an AoE factor as well, like all the other plasma pistols do, and you will also be doing a tremendous amount of damage to Extremis and bosses. Now, usually you will overheat on the first shot, but if you take the perk down here, Charged Cooling, you will still be left with 90% on your overheat after the first shot and be able to shoot again. Now, that's not always useful in this game. I did kind of underrate this at first. Like, I just preferred going down the bottom tree instead for stuff like pure damage and more blast radius. You can definitely do that because there are points where like you just won't get any benefit out of your charge shots here on the second one because it has a 5 business day charge up speed. And the big thing on the Bulwark is that you will have to play pretty well to actually get the full benefit from this one. A rate of fire plasma is far easier to play with because you don't have any light shots and you aren't able to like quickly charge up a shot, and a lot of the CHP recovery from range on a lot of these classes does come from their plasma pistol, and Bulwark has no primary, so your main range beyond this one is your power sword, so you gotta like definitely know how to use this build to do that. If you want like an easier option here, you can just pick up the rate of fire, but the power sword would be exactly the same. Now, as far as the perk tree for this goes, I just go up here first, Plasma Collection, into the perk here, Rapid Cooling. After killing 7 enemies in rapid succession, this weapon does not heat for 10 seconds. The cooldown is 15 seconds. Now, this weapon does so much damage, you actually trigger this pretty often. There are like rare points in time where you will shoot off like 3 or maybe 4 plasma shots at this. That does feel pretty good, but just be aware that usually the charge up time is too long to actually do that, but it's nice to have. Next perk here is Plasma Collection, down here into Divine Might for 10% more damage. Alternatively, you could pick up Plasma Collection again if you want like more ammo. That is not a bad option, especially on Bulwark. mainly because the Bulwark has the Prestige perk over here, Auxiliary Reload. Melee kills of Extremis or higher enemies restore secondary weapons ammo by 1 magazine. This is a percentage restore for the Plasma Pistol because you do not have an actual magazine on this, and also the base magazine here is higher than most of the Relic tier, where like these two have 90 and this one is 100, so 20% on top of that is going to give you more than like a Rate of Fire would, on top of the fact that you'll be getting a bigger trigger off of the Auxiliary Reload, so pretty good option there if you want to do that. Next perk here is Perpetual Velocity, over here into like Efficient Charge and stuff like that, and you know, that really is all up to you. You could build down the bottom tree if you want to, but I think the Blast Radius perk with just one is pretty good already, but if you want more damage, that is still an option, and that's pretty much all there is for the secondary here. Now for the Bulwark's perk tree, we do take the perk over here, Intimidating Aura first. A perfect time parry deals AoE damage in a 5-meter radius. The cooldown is 5 seconds. Now this perk is one of the strongest perks in the entire game because it puts out like 190 or 200 damage, and to put that in perspective, a Tyranid Warrior has 308 HP on absolute difficulties. You're doing over half their HP on a single perfect block or perfect parry, so a really good perk option here, and especially for block weapons, because the major downside of a block weapon in Space Marine 2 is that you cannot use the perfect parry of balance or fencing to get armor back on Minoris, but Intimidating Aura kind of like makes the Horde significantly more manageable by just one-shotting every Hormigaunt, Zangor, or like Termagant. Well, Termagant's a melee you, but all the Hormigants and Zangors will just die instantaneously on like the 5-meter radius, so that's super useful for you, and you also get your block charges back, and you also like stack those up again to get your armor back on the weapon far more easily, so a really strong option in general. Pretty much always pick this up. Next perk here is Scramble Targeting for a 25% range damage reduction while being surrounded by 5 or more enemies, which happens all the time. Alternatively, you could pick up Shock and Awe here in Emergency Countermeasure. That is up to you. Both of these are good options. We're just taking range damage reduction here today. Next perk here is Steel Within. When your health's less than 50%, you will take 30% less health damage. This perk makes you substantially tankier and is much better than it sounds initially, because on this class you have a 30% increase to your starting HP, and the way that HP works in Space Marine 2 is that below 25% you start to get a ramping damage reduction that caps out at like 1% HP, and there's another damage reduction that goes from like 1 to 0% where you become ridiculously tanky, which means that all of your effective HP here goes way up with these health increases, and this makes that even more ridiculous, and without this you will feel way squishier, so Steel Within, pretty much a must pick in my opinion, like you don't take Conviction up here. Next perk here is Focus Restoration. Every 30 seconds all team members automatically restore 1 armor segment. This perk is phenomenal. 1 armor back will hit breakpoints against melee attacks and also range attacks. A really good option to keep your squishier teammates alive and also yourself, so I pretty much always pick this up. Effective Formation and Advanced Conditioning are not bad. I think this one's just overall better. Next perk here is Purity of Purpose. The banner deals damage over time to enemies with its area of effect. This one puts out a ridiculous amount of damage. You will wipe out Minoris around your banner. You'll do free damage to Extremis, Majoris, and even bosses. Even with the increased cooldown of Invigorating Icon here, it is still worth taking Purity of Purpose because a rapid regeneration cuts your banner duration in half, which just sucks because usually a banner lasts like 20 seconds and this one turns it, like lowers it by 10, excuse me, and because of that I pretty much always skip over this one. Even like a 300% faster restoration armor is okay, but the damage here is like way better in my opinion. Next perk here is Invigorating Icon. When the banner is activated, all team members regain maximum contested health, but recharges 50% slower. Like I said before, the Heroic Plasma is like really awkward to use on Bulwark sometimes. You are tanky enough to like just commit to charging your Plasma Pistol here and not have to worry about your HP too much, but getting your HP back on this perk will make that way better for most players, so I would suggest taking it. The next perk here is Merciless Resolve. After a Shield Bash, Shield Rush, or Thunder Hammer Pommel Smash, melee damage increases by 15%, and you don't lose 12 heavy hits, and you cannot be knocked back for 10 seconds. This just gives you no knockback on this build, and all you have to do to trigger this perk is just Shield Bash the air, because this one does actually require you to hit any enemies to go off, so really easy to use. Just be aware that to reapply the effect you have to wait for those initial 10 seconds to go up. Next perk here is Defensive Mastery. A perfect time parry or block instantly incapacitates a Majoris or Extremis level enemy. The cooldown is 90 seconds. This perk is also super underrated, really good in the siege mode, but even in operations and hard strats, one-shotting an Extremis or Majoris is just super damn useful. The only negative perk synergy here is that this perk will straight up one-shot an enemy with no execute opportunity. If you have Intimidating Aura at the same time, trigger as well, which does kind of suck, but that being said, it is still worth being able to just remove an Extremis from the boss fight. That's pretty much all there is for the main perk tree. Now for the Prestige perk tree, I just take the perk Resilience from our Stim HP, overcharge for a 20% buff to our power rakes and stuff like that, and I take Powerful Shot and Masterful Defense. Now if you want to, you could skip over like Resilience because you do have Invigorating Icon on this build and just take Auxiliary Reload instead. That is an option for you, and that will give you more ammo, but like in groups especially, I don't think you're really going to struggle with ammo at all in this build unless you like just shoot your gun all the time. And that's pretty much all there is for this build, guys. The Block Power Sword feels way better now. The Heroic Plasma Pistol is one of the goofiest and most effective weapons in this game, and hopefully this build guide helped you. And if you like content like this, subscribe for more, and as always, thank you for watching. Take it easy. Bye. So they actually buffed up the Power Sword this patch as well. Oh yeah, we don't have any light shots on this. We only have charged shots on the Heroic. Bang. Stay close. Move with purpose. His will be done. Oh, why do I feel like I'm in the Shrine of Amana? I'm just trying not to get shot. Dark Souls 2 right now. While they're designing this map, hey, you guys remember the swamp from Blighttown, or everyone loved the poison in there? Let's put that in our game.
Rise, brothers. This is no natural swamp. Do not linger. We must move. They send their strongest. Only see them falter. Do not let that one come to reinforcements. The only aid for this building will be their claim. Do not linger. The swamp claims the hesitant.
What's the lore behind the balls that come at you in the swamp? Great question.
Scarab occult killed. Vile energy seep from his corpse.
Magic balls. They are magic balls, yes.
Do not let the swamp tested us and found us unyielding.
There's Red Templars too. Yeah, those were in the game. Those are Imperial. They're pretty much all Imperial Fist successors. Actually, White Templars, I'm pretty sure they're not from Rogaldorn GNC. Despite they're actually on a quest to find out who their Gene Father is. They don't know. They thought it was Rogaldorn for a long time, and then like there's a big thing that happened.
Twisted spear carrier awaits our challenge. We have dispatched.
We love Intimidating Aura, we certainly do. Now, on this build, guys, gotta keep in mind, we don't have any light shots, so we are at the mercy of the 5 business day charge up speed. So on Bulwark, that's not too bad. If it's really like your only secondary. On Assault, it's definitely a risk. Because we just kind of like recover HP over and over on this build.
Victory goes to the righteous. Purge the deceitful aim. Lurker stamped out. Out of munition.
Power Sword's gotta be like my favorite melee weapon in the game. Started this for the Power Axe, but it's hard. Alright, so we just have to fight all of them, but like, you know, that's exactly what a White Templar would want. Because we can't shoot them up this wallway unless we, this wall here, unless we just want to sit there and die. Bang. Ow.
The armory provides.
Class is so good. Intimidating Aura makes it so block weapons are really good for clearing out minorous enemies as well. You just one-shot them, which is quite nice. As you keep the frags, just use those.
Hold this ground, brothers. Let the
Oh, yes. I mean, this is a cool portion of the map. We haven't seen something like this in any map since, like, what? Maybe Disruption, I guess, technically. But this is really more like the Swarm Tech we saw in Decap. Now, Power Roll here. If you're curious how to use the Power Sword, I do have a full guide on the Power Sword on my channel, but Power Roll's really good at clearing out the Minotaurs.
Xenos was butted upon Xenos parasites in their numbers. Progress. Lioness seals retract. Patience is virtue of the faithful.
Ow.
Destroy those minds. Righteous hatred.
Power Sword is so good at getting out of areas like that. Like, this is the Minotaur's killing weapon.
The Thousand Suns did not pass unopposed.
Like, every single one of these wide sweeps you do on a power style here, it will set up a gun strike on a holding gun like normal Zangor. Shield Zangors are built different, but like against Tyranids, oh yeah.
And purge any remaining data, sealed
This thing is peak.
Otherwise, the traitors cannot recover even a fragment. Deny the Thousand Suns everything. By your will, Lord. The court's Emperor's loyal. Still tasting shadows. Truth cease. Shatter your radiant little minds. You die in ignorance. United curses raging against the stars. Insignificant. Forgotten.
Nothing better than eating lunch and watching FTG. Oh, what are you eating? Burrito from Chipotle?
We must slay this hellspawn.
Mayhaps? Or a succulent Chinese meal? Pizza. An acceptable answer.
Rid yourselves of its repugnant influence. brothers. Together we go.
I do the White Templar emblem. It's in the game now. I don't know if I unlocked it through ordeals or not. I didn't really check, to be honest. But it is in the game.
Ambitions. Nothing escapes. Is this the glory Magnus promised you?
Bang.
The cogitator array suffers affliction. Dispatch the active consoles. The source of affliction must be identified and purged. The oldest guides the faithful to truth.
The data vault has malfunctioned. We shall see to it and complete our task.
Chipotle gave you food poisoning? Never again. Taco Bell would never do that to you. Where even is it? Okay, it's up there. This is a long-ass map. Or at the very least, it feels long. I didn't get up there. Okay, it's not this way. Hello. That's the negative of this gun, that you have to make sure it is completely charged up or you're not getting it back. Where do I have to go? To walk all the way back up? Oh, okay. Oh, wait, what? Am I blind? Am I missing a staircase here? Or is it like in this area? Hold on. Like a left and a right here? Oh, there is, okay. I thought that was just the exit.
No fault here.
Feeling good about this new heroic? I mean, it's the most damaging heroic we've had in the game. It's very strong. It's better than the other secondary we have, that's for sure. It does kind of lack the utility of a rate of fire plasma, but still good. I don't know if I'd use it on assault though. Probably keep this one on like attack and the tech marine, because once you have a primary, you are not getting any proper range hits off like at all on this thing. Bulwark can kind of circumvent that because he's Bulwark, doesn't really care. But
Registering a significant warp energy spike inside Nozick's laboratory. We
For the block sword, somehow swings very fast. They buffed it. Yeah, they buffed up the speed in all the weapons, so the block one's even faster now. It's actually exactly what they did for a buff, is they upped the speed of these weapons. This one feels almost as fast as the balanced one before. Which one of them?
The arch enemy wields lies as readily as blades. Deception is the refuge of a foe defeated. Cut down that corrupt terminal. Aims the foe. Sorcerer is more to come. Then they too will be purged. Our glorious banner strengthens our resolve. The heretic lies. Roads of occult heresy scatter before us.
They're so cool. I actually can't even do anything to them. It's like launch like a fall. Actually, wait. I know exactly what I can do to them. This is actually a win. This is actually a win, guys, because now we get an armor boost. We're up 1 armor.
Let us march unhindered. Brothers, the wolf's touch is heavy in this place. We have visitors near. Prepare for what we find. As we have silenced them with the rage.
Who's that voice speaking? Probably the new boss where we find next. The thing is, next patch is going to have a Terminator Sorcerer boss, and it's probably going to be at the end of this mission. I feel like that's probably what's going to happen. Same thing with Obelisk. I'll probably go back and add them to both of those.
Our path lies across the floating terrain, brothers. Tread with care. Suffer not the witch to live. My war gear is satisfied.
I have no idea what the prerequisite here is. Okay, you have to walk up. Alright, gotcha, gotcha. I can do that.
The island holds firm.
It's like that Spider-Man PS2 game when you're fighting Mysterio. That reminds me of. It's random floating rocks.
Blasphemers approach. Cleanse the air of their revolt. The banner is ready to fly. Terminator! No heretic shall find peace today. Put down that mutant! The mutant met its end. Our eyes need no longer gaze at this atrocity.
Oh, that halberd didn't have like a perfect angle on my on my little ledge here. Alright, fine. You want to fight in
Destroy.
the shit juice? You got it. Just Zinch's bathwater.
If the abyss swallows
We're
me,
supposed to use that. We're not that ambitious. Oh, get out of there. I'm going inside. Again.
the tames of the war feels them.
Bang.
We did not tolerate their death. The Dark God shall show his heretics of further torment. The traitorous scum do not deserve the mercy of death.
That Hellraiser had you locked in. The angle was crazy. Yeah, dude, he was sniping me like straight up. He was like this charged up our cannon. He was an artillery
I'm
fuse.
ready to unfurl the banner. Brothers, the land lies before us. We stand at the threshold. Ready yourselves.
Oh, round two, huh? Okay, well, no more boss. We got back to back though. You know, maybe getting a double hit's more useful than I thought initially. I could have sworn it was longer to charge up, but not too bad. I think the only thing I might change on this would be probably actually reload maybe if you want to do that. There are a couple other prestige perk options you could take. You can even take the invulnerability for 2 seconds on banner with a different banner. You can use that to just freely charge up your weapon.
Look upon this heresy, brothers, and let it fuel your righteous fury. We shall tear this profanity from existence, shatter the eyes, and release the Cadians. What are our oaths? The steel that binds our lives to the Emperor. What did we swear? Our lives shall serve to destroy all foes.
Have they added any childless icons? I think they did. I haven't checked all the decals they've added, but pretty sure it's one of them.
Behold, the true horror of heresy.
Wait, hold on. This may have been a mistake.
As it was alive. They are calling for aid. Punish their weakness. Therefore, reinforcements will not provide them relief. Honor our chapter's colors, brothers. Do not let that one conjure reinforcements. Cadians, you are liberated. Do your duty.
Cadians is going to be real helpful. All you have to do is shoot the other eyeballs. Because I may have made a bit of a miscalculation, as they say, in the space.
Awaits our challenge. The enemy summons support. Endless, not one of these traitors can survive. Charge! Another ward falls. Suffer not the witch to live. The mutant makes its end. Cut down the corrupt Terminator.
I thought you were gonna die from that, I'm not gonna lie. So let me guess, all of my Cadians are dead. You can see that coming.
I am ready to unfurl the banner. Our glorious banner strengthens our resolve.
Okay. Oh, I can't even walk over there, alright.
spiritual gods. The dark gods shall show these heretics of the further
Bro.
torment. Good.
He's juking me. Look at this.
Gods are freed. The Emperor's soldiers are liberated.
Yeah, free so they can die in like a different area.
End this corruption here.
Oh, we end the corruption, alright. But we do it with one more pile of ammunition for the super gun. FTG tested the buff Neo Volkite. It's definitely better than it was before. It's not like epic, but you definitely use it now. How are you getting 2 shots off in the plasma? I can make a video for that. There's a lot you can do with it.
Do not lose focus. The altar awaits.
Your arts may go against forbidden truths. So through the corpse emperor's life.
All I have to do is take the charge cooling perk though.
Your own flesh.
It's good.
The altar awaits.
I was underrating it before, I think.
The corruption falters. We must not. The warp energy recedes. Stand firm. They fled toward us without me. We need only hold, brothers. Death in service is a small price to pay for victory. The moment is upon us, brothers. Eliminate the eye. Viridian, Auspex confirms the rift is collapsing. Heretic warp signatures are dissipating across the battlefield. Exemplary work. Return to the Resilient.
Bulwark kind of peak.